Well, we welcome you to Blues Game Day Live. Darren Pang alongside the great, the one and only Joe Vitale. And Joe, we're looking behind us right now as the Blues are on the skate for the morning, and we're seeing number 91. And that is great news for the Blues, and it's great news for the depth of the scoring as well.
It really is. You know, he dealt with the upper body injury that set him out here for a little bit, and it looks like he's going to be back here tonight. We both know that he's been chomping at the bit to get back in this lineup. He was as much of an elite scorer in this league before he got hurt, and you know he wants to get back, and he's going to contribute and be on this top line here tonight.
Joe, we were talking to Craig Berube while we were on that three-game road trip, and that swing there, and he said, good news. He says, well, I'm getting texts from Vladdy, and he's chomping at the bit to come back. And we all looked at him like Tuesday, and he goes, he wants to. The doctors have got to see him. Well, right now we see him with Braden Shannon and Ryan O'Reilly. No surprise there. I think if you're going to have an elite scorer like that and he wants to come back, you're going to put him right on that top line where he left.
Yeah, I think so. And it was funny when he said that, you know, Vladdy's been texting me. I was like, well, Vladdy's agent's been texting you? Yeah. No, actually, Vladdy's been texting him. And you know when a player does something like that, the urgency just to get back in the lineup, the want to get there is pretty special. So Vladdy will be here. And you mentioned the lines, and I think that's exactly where you got to put him. And you brought this point up a couple days ago as far as David Perron and the wonderful things David Perron does for this game and does for this team, but I think one of the things is he can evolve and play with any line. And I think that's why Craig Berube will put him on this. I guess you call it the third line, but really it's the second and third line are pretty much interchangeable for this group. Yeah,
I mean, he's a diligent checker. He's got a lot of that tenacity on the puck like you see with Jaden Schwartz, and as long as he's moving his skates to check, then he has a lot of success that way. Looks like he's with Jaden Schwartz and Oscar Sundquist, and we know that was a real good line with Alexander Steen on that road trip. They went up in Pittsburgh and did a great job against Evgeny Malkin. This gives Alexander Steen maybe a little bit of not a break because he's still, you know, with Sanford and Barbashev down there, but we know what he plays through. He's one forward, especially on the penalty kill. He's always sticking out his foot blocking a shot. He's always he's in the corner. He doesn't lose very many board battles, and of course he's played a lot of games in the NHL, so you want him fresh down the stretch as well. And of course the Bozak line, he turns 33 today.
Yeah,
I believe. Happy birthday to Tyler Bozak. I'm sure Molly will be watching tonight and having a glass of wine.
That'd be nice.
And if that happens, then he's going to score a goal. Okay, so I'll move on from that. But that line's been so good, you can't break that line up.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This has been the best line. You know, you go back to the Edmonton game when they played in Edmonton, it was the Maroon, Bozak, and Thomas line. Scored that really dirty goal to get things going. They've been the best line, I think, most consistent line over these last 3 games, over that road trip. You can't separate them. And, you know, you mentioned Alexander Steen, and just really quickly, you know, the game he plays, the type of style he wants to get after. You're going to get injured. You're going to get nicks. You're going to get knacks. And he's playing through a lot of pain right now, but this is going to be a little bit limited minutes for him here tonight, and Craig Berube loves this guy. You really can't take him in the lineup for 2 reasons, and the penalty kill, his ability to kill penalties, which the Blues' penalty kill has been exceptional lately, and the second, and I think the most important thing, especially throughout the stretch and down the last 10 games, is his ability to close out a game, especially tight games. When it's a 1-goal game, 2-goal game, you're looking down the bench and you're going to put number 20 out there.
D-zone face-offs, winning those board battles, and the Blues have become a way better board battle team, I think, from the beginning of the year to now under Craig Berube. I'm not surprised. I mean, Berube was as reliable and honorable as a left wing as you'll find in the league. He didn't lose many battles down there. So strong on sticks, be firm, be aggressive. Now let's move along to this guy named Connor McDavid. I got the scouting report on him. Stay above him.
Stay above him.
Okay.
Is he fast?
Yeah, he's fast.
Okay.
Stay above him. They don't have much depth in scoring. They're trying, and they still believe they're in it. They're holding on by a thread right now. But you know, you've got Draisaitl, you've got 97. But the scoring is weak after that, and Nugent Hopkins as well.
Yeah, you know, I think that you look at the Edmonton Oilers team, and I think the game plan's simple, but how to do it is very hard. The game plan's pretty easy. How do you shut down Connor McDavid? If you shut down Connor McDavid, you're probably going to win this game. But doing that is very difficult because you mentioned not only the speed, his creativity, his ability to lose players in the offensive zone. You know, he does something. I remember having a conversation with Matt Benning about this when we were in Edmonton. He said, hey, what makes him so good? What makes him so fast? And he said, you know, whenever you go against him on the ice, Matt Benning, the defenseman for the Oilers, he was telling me about going against him in practice. Whenever a defenseman gets his feet crossing over one way, that's when Connor McDavid will go the other way. And if you ever watch him skate on a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, he's not really looking up. He's kind of looking down with his peripheral vision. He's looking at feet. He'll kind of go inside and wait for that defenseman to make that move, and then he jumps to the outside. Just an elusive skater, terrific one-on-one player, very good around the net, and, you know, being disciplined tonight, Darren, is going to be a big key because that keeps their power play off the ice.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Keep it a 5-on-5 game and get the matchups you want. I'm looking at the Blues lineup, and every one of these lines have the defensive ability against Connor McDavid or Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and I think that's something that Craig Berube can look down and go, okay, we're all set here. Any one of these lines can go out there. So that is the good news. The other thing about, I want to end it with a note on Steiner as well, going down there with Barbashev. I think Barbashev's game has slipped a little bit. A couple of those little backhand saucer passes in the middle of the ice in the last couple of games, I think Steiner will really add a little stability there as well. The communication, expectations, the demands, it gets everybody on their toes when he's on the line.
Absolutely. I think whenever you have a veteran guy like Steen come on your line, something about it, but you do kind of take better care of the puck. You take better care of the game. Barbashev was with, Sanford, McEachran, both young guys for a while, good speed, and they both have, really good tools they bring to the game. But Steiner's going to bring a little bit more honesty, I think, there. So he's going to be one of those situations where if you turn that puck over and, Steiner has to go back check, you come back to the bench and Steiner may say something to you, and, you don't want to let the big guy down.
No, you don't want to do that. That's for sure. The Edmonton Oilers, I'll get back to them. They get a lot of shots from their defensemen, Joe. One of the top percentages in the NHL, but one of the fewest goals for from the defensemen compared to the percentage of shots they have. So obviously no finishers back there, not like what the Blues are experiencing right now. The Blues have got some guys on the back end. If you give them a chance, they're not only going to get a good shot on goal, but they're going to make you pay because they can score.
Yes.
And they've proven that. But Edmonton, that's not the case. So what's the key then? If you know the other team's D are just going to be firing away and firing away and firing away, let the goalie see it, take care of that, box out, and allow no rebounds because they're not going in from back there.
That's just it. I mean, you mentioned coming from shots from the point, they're not going to be going in if you do a good job boxing out. And you look at the defensive group of the St. Louis Blues, and I've said it all year long. I know, Darren, you said it too. This is the core of the team. This is the strength of the team. They have big bodies back there. They use their sticks very well. They box out early, and that's going to be the key tonight when the Edmonton Oilers defensemen are ripping shots in the net. And on the flip side, I think the Blues, they do get shots through, but they have the willingness, they have the urgency, they have the desperation to get to the front of the net, to battle there. Look at Pat Maroon's goal a couple nights ago. I mean, just the ability just to get there. Oscar Sundquist's goal. They have that jam. Call it that jam, that peanut butter and jam, to get there, to hang around there, and to pick up the sandwich.
I kind of like the jelly.
Well, okay, raspberry.
But peanut butter and jam.
Yeah.
It almost, that's okay, bud.
Or blueberry jam.
Whoa.
Because of the Blues.
Yep, we're going in a good direction right now.
We are, buddy. We're losing them.
Jordan,
we better wrap her up.
Jordan Binnington is in goal. He's right back. He's right there over our shoulder, and Koskinen looks like he's going to get the nod in goal as well. They lost in their last game 6-3 to the Vegas Golden Knights. So we'll see what happens tonight. It's Ken Hitchcock returning to St. Louis, and along with Kyle Brodziak, the former Blue as well. Always great to see those boys. So look forward to the game tonight. It's a 7 o'clock puck drop. It's on Fox Sports Midwest. John Kelly and I will have the call, and of course on that 50,000-watt blowtorch KMOX, it will be Joe Vitale and the booming voice of Chris Kerber. Pre-game shows at 6:30. Enjoy your day, everybody.